You're not weak. You're not lazy. You're not broken. And the weight you carry isn't a punishment. It's a response, a signal, a message from the inside out, begging to be heard after years of silence. Maybe no one ever told you this, but your weight is not a sign of failure. It's a sign of survival. Every pound is a story, every craving, a whisper from a deeper place. And every time you blamed yourself, you moved further away from what's really going on. Because the real reason behind your weight has nothing to do with food and everything to do with what you've been holding in for far too long. This isn't about guilt. It's about understanding. And once you shift from judgment to compassion, you don't just lose weight. You release pain. You've been told it's all about food. That if you just eat less, move more, and try harder, you'll finally lose the weight. But no one told you the truth. The weight didn't begin on your plate. It began in your story. In the moment you were shamed for your body. In the silence, after your heart broke. In the day you swallowed your feelings because no one was listening. And now, you're trying to fix a problem on the surface, while the root is buried deep inside your emotional life. You think it's about carbs, sugar, portion sizes. But your body isn't reacting to food. It's reacting to unfelt emotions, unhealed memories, and unseen wounds. That's why nothing sticks. Because you're treating the symptom, not the source. And until you look at what's underneath, you'll keep cycling through diets that never touch the real reason you gain the weight. Your body remembers everything your mind tried to forget. The heartbreaks, the rejections, the nights you cried silently into your pillow, the moments you smiled to survive while screaming inside. And when your mind couldn't process the pain, your body held it for you. It held the anger you couldn't express, the fear you weren't allowed to show, the grief no one gave you space to feel. Fat isn't failure. It's storage for everything unspoken, unfelt, and unresolved. You didn't gain weight because you lost control. You gained weight because your body tried to protect you, tried to hold together what your mind was too overwhelmed to face. Your weight is not random. It's a reflection of emotional weight. And until that part is seen, your body will keep doing what it does best, holding the pain so you don't have to. You don't eat because you're hungry. You eat because something inside you hurts, and food is the fastest way to silence it. When you feel anxious, you chew. When you feel alone, you snack. When the silence gets loud, you reach for sugar. Because food is always there. It doesn't judge. It doesn't walk away. It fills the space where love, safety, and comfort used to live or never existed. What you're feeding isn't your body. It's your emptiness, your exhaustion, your need to feel something, anything other than the ache you've been taught to ignore. Eating became your way to cope, to soothe, to disappear. But the more you eat to numb the pain, the more the pain hides behind weight. And the only way out isn't to eat less, but to feel more. You think your weight is the problem, but what if it's actually your body's way of keeping you safe? That extra weight? It's not just fat, it's armor. It wrapped itself around your most fragile parts to protect you from judgment, from pain, from being seen too clearly. Your body learned that if it makes you unnoticeable, you might avoid more hurt. If it keeps you soft, you might feel less exposed. If it builds a wall, maybe you won't be abandoned again. This isn't dysfunction. This is defense. And the more you attack your body, the more it thinks it needs to defend you from yourself. You're not carrying weight because you're weak. You're carrying it because, at some point, your nervous system decided, If I don't protect us, no one will. And until your body feels safe again, it won't let the armor go. You think you're your own worst enemy. That every time you binge, skip the gym, or break a promise, you're sabotaging yourself. But what if it's not sabotage? What if it's survival? There's a part of you that still believes this weight is keeping you safe. Safe from rejection, safe from pressure, safe from being vulnerable again. So when you get close to change, that part panics. It pulls you back not to ruin your progress, but to protect your heart. This isn't a lack of willpower. It's a nervous system doing its job, guarding you from the pain you never fully processed. You're not failing. You're just stuck in a loop where healing looks dangerous. And self-sabotage feels familiar. And the moment you stop fighting that part of you and start listening to it, is the moment everything starts to shift. You weren't taught how to feel. You were taught how to hide, how to distract, how to swallow your emotions before anyone noticed. So you turned to food not for fuel, but for comfort, for silence, for something that would never walk away. Because no one showed you what to do. When sadness flooded your chest, when rage had nowhere to go, when fear lived under your skin, they told you to be strong, to stay calm, to keep it together. But strength isn't silence, and holding it in isn't healing. You eat because it's the only way you learn to cope, to calm the chaos, to stay in control. But now you're ready for something more, to feel without fear, to be with your emotions without running from them, to finally understand that freedom isn't about eating less, it's about feeling more. Before you change your body, you have to change how you talk to it. Every time you say, "I hate this part of me," your body tightens. Every time you punish it, restrict it, ignore it, it closes down in fear. But the healing begins with a whisper of compassion. Start with this: "I see you. I hear you. I'm sorry I've been so cruel to you." That's not weakness. That's the beginning of real strength. Because your body doesn't respond to hate, it responds to safety. The weight doesn't drop through punishment. It releases through trust. And trust starts with a different tone, a softer voice, a moment where you stop the war and offer your body something it's never received from you before. Understanding, just one act of compassion can begin the entire shift. Your body is not stubborn. It's scared. It's not resisting change to punish you. It's holding on to what it believes you still need to survive. But when your body starts to feel safe, something powerful happens. It softens. It relaxes. It lets go not just of weight, but of tension, fear, trauma, and all the silent burdens it's carried for years. Weight doesn't leave when you demand it. It leaves when your body finally believes it's no longer needed as armor. Safety isn't created through control. It's built through presence, through rest, through gentleness. The body isn't asking you to fight harder. It's asking you to listen deeper. Because the moment it feels safe with you, it no longer has to hold everything alone. Your weight was never the enemy. It was a signal, a cry from within, a message your body sent when words failed. Every pound carried something, a moment you weren't allowed to feel, a memory that hurt too much, a version of you that just needed love, not judgment. You've been trying to get rid of the weight, but maybe now it's time to listen to it. What if it's not here to ruin your life, but to reveal where you've been abandoned even by yourself? This isn't about control. It's about reconnection. It's about seeing your body not as the battlefield, but as the brave survivor of everything you've been through. Let this be your new beginning. Not a new diet, a new relationship with the part of you that's been waiting to be heard. And once you hear it, you'll never go back. If something in this message touched you, don't let it fade. Leave a comment, even if it's just me. Subscribe, and let's keep walking together. Because here, you're no longer alone.